Hi, Alicia or Alicia. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so excuse me for not getting it right. I've had friends that pronounce it both ways, but anyway, let's go through your pictures and talk about what's going on. And yeah, so I like that you decided to approach it with photographing people that you know very well and that you're close to. I also think that they are, clearly interesting, willing and interesting subjects. And I am actually, I think you've got some nice shots here. So overall, I think the pictures feel a little bit like, like a photo shoot, like a nice photo shoot. I think you have a good eye. Of course, it's a photo shoot. That sounds stupid. But maybe kind of more like a more kind of, portraits for the home or portraits for the parents photo shoot. And I would be interested in kind of encouraging you to think about how you might want to take it to the next level, photographing your kids in a way that, if you're interested in photographing your kids in a way that could maybe start to get to some kind of more complicated or complex, interesting places. There's some really amazing photographers who are parents who photograph their children, and I think your kids. Oh my gosh, this is such a pain. I think your kids they do not look like, they're really good at giving the camera like a really nice expression, and they're really striking pictures. As far as like art and creative expression, so the pictures need to go to the next level. So I would be really interested in seeing you for a later assignment take some more pictures of your kids. So what about how they interact with each other? What about, let me just, you've got a little bit like smiling and sitting in a place. What about their everyday life? This is interesting. What about them growing? I mean, some things you can only do over time and not in a single photo shoot. I like this one a lot too. I think this one, there's something about their expressions that's really interesting. So I think this is a good start. But again, it looks to me mainly like a portrait shoot. Okay, so and technically, for the most part, I think they're quite good. They're a little bit red. So there's the color seems slightly red, but they're relatively sharp. The tonalities are nice. Thinking about, I'm not sure what camera you're using, about, the faces are pretty much in focus and well lit, which is good. Here, even when you're shooting with a dappled light, you've kept their faces relatively illuminated. Although I think you can probably see with a picture like this, I think it's a little bit more effective because you're not fighting with the background light. And then the same with a picture like this, right? It's kind of cool in the background, but there's definitely like their faces are losing out to the branches behind them. And then this one, similarly, you've got a little yellow light on them this time, so the color balance is a little bit different. But also, instead of, it would be nice if you'd gotten closer in because I'm distracted by the sunlight in the background. And then this one, it's kind of sweet, but it's also, the boy on the right has light on his face, which starts to create a little bit of tension about where our attention goes for that picture. I'm also like, they are sharp, but for some reason I feel like that the trees almost seem sharper. I'm a little distracted by the focus on this one. And then again, with the background lighting, I think there's something interesting about the way they're sitting though. I think it's like, that I find interesting. And then this one, I think I'm a little bit distracted by the light over to the side, but if you could, I mean, this is one that could be cropped. And I think if it was cropped, I think it would be the strongest if we could just get rid of, although I'm not even a big cropper, but I do think that this one really has something. I don't know if you took it at the end, after they'd been posing. They've got this expression where there's something right, like a little bit behind their expression that's really interesting. I also feel like it's the least the least kind of we're going to go out and take a picture feeling to it, and there's just a little bit more natural feeling. Anyway, I think it's a great start, and I think it's a great place to start. I would be interested in seeing you photograph more brothers, if that's really what you're interested in, or photographing your kids more or other people. But I think that you've got some really basic, strong technical skills and aesthetic skills going, and you definitely have photogenic children who know how to not smirk or give fake smiles for the camera. So I think that's a great start. So yeah, nice job.